Hello, my name is Brett Roberts, and this video is called Students in the Digital Age. It is a presentation referring to interviews conducted with teachers and with students. For the teacher aspect of the assignment, I sent interview questions to two of the teachers in my school and one of the members of my cohort. They are listed there on screen. A special thank you to them for their participation. Now to the student interviews. All the questions were answered by a grade 5 ESL class. All of these students are, of course, English language learners, and two of them are designated as special needs students. Of the students who responded to the survey, here are their nationalities. Here are the list of the 8 questions, and again, I'm going to take time to review each of these now. In your free time, what do you like to do? Most of them, as you can see, said that they like to play games with their friends, while some of them said they like to read, and then ride bike, draw, and other. And then other, as you can see there, includes playing with the cat, playing with Rubik's Cube, and sitting in chair. How much time each day do you spend outside of school using technology? Most of the students, you can see, said up to 2 hours. There were a few that said more than no time, but then up to an hour. And then there up to 3 hours, 4 hours, and then more than 4 hours. The student actually said 7 hours. It is a bit hard to believe that, but with that said, with conversations I've had with students of a similar age, I don't necessarily doubt that, which is not the most encouraging, but there are 2 students who actually said that they did not use technology at home. This is a detailed example of who lives at home, and I think this is very important when we're learning our students, the demographics and the homes from which they come from, especially referring to Hattie's influences on student achievement. I think the home life is very, very, very high on the factors that influence student achievement, and so I think this data is invaluable. Favorite subject in school? The results, I'm a PE teacher, and so the results, knowing the students did know that I was the one giving them this survey, and of course some of them said ESL as well, because again, they completed the survey in ESL class. It is encouraging to me, it's very heartening that they did respond with saying PE was their favorite. I would prefer that they were honest, and to be fair, potentially some of them really do like PE, and I know from what they've said that they actually do. I just hope that their responses were not colored by the fact that they knew that I was the one giving them the survey. Something that you are good at, that you enjoy doing. Again, most of them actually said PE and sports, which I can believe that. I think maybe there's probably 1 or 2 responses that were skewed because they knew that I was the one giving them the survey. But you can see there their answers are pretty varied, including origami, table tennis, which I did not include among PE and sports section, as well as dancing. Something that you really want to learn at school. Several of you can see there are the answers there. Several are a bit confused because we've already covered, they're already going to things like English classes. They also do have Thai, but then some of the answers were very specific, for instance, like cooking, and there's one student that wants to learn about space. Football is a subject in PE that we'll be covering later in the school year. And so there was some requests for football, but we will be getting to that eventually. But again, I think this is pretty enlightening with regard to where the students' interests actually are. One thing that they wish to do, that they do really well as a student, again, there were some interesting answers here. Studying is, of course, very encouraging that the students are good at studying or see themselves as good at studying. Very encouraging to see them say that they're good at helping their classmates and their friends. And then other, as you can see, play piano, talk, stick to one thing, and of course eating. Of course, there's always a few that want to say that they like to eat. Something that you would like to do better as a student is you could see half of the students said English, which does include say more things, grammar, and write. And then the PE section includes play game, strong, and I took strong to mean get stronger. And then one student wrote his name, which maybe indicates that he did not quite understand the question. But I do think that this information is enlightening. Many of the students realize their deficiencies in English and genuinely do want to do a better job. And then there were a few that said math and studying again, both of which are encouraging as a teacher to see those answers. It was interesting that while the students use technology extensively outside the classroom, some of them do, it is nice to see that not all of them do and that there are actually parents who limit their students' access to technology. But I think it's generally encouraging that they do want to get better in areas such as English. And the fact that one of them said grammar, shows that the student understands English well enough to know that his or her grammar is lacking. And so that is encouraging. They're not just blindly saying, I want to be better at English, but they actually know a way in which they can improve. And then it does make sense that many said that they're good at math, even though they're lacking in English, because math and numbers are a universal language. Because many of the students are able to use technology because they use it at home, teachers can know that they can use technology in the classroom and the students won't be completely lost. Also, being aware of specific areas that the students want to improve can help teachers to use resources that will directly help these students, such as those who want to become better writers or who want to become better at grammar. Websites like Epic and Myon are great for English language learners, but they're also great for special needs students because it allows them to work at their own pace. Additionally, technology that can be used for special needs students includes things like text-to-speech readers, adaptive computing, as well as augmentative communication systems, all of which could be used in this class. Between gleaning insights from fellow teachers and seeing how students think and use technology, this was really an enjoyable assignment. It was very enlightening, and I really genuinely do think it's one that will help to make me a better teacher.